Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sam, and today we've got a podcast about the Qatar Airways Qatar Grand Prix, and this is going to be the main podcast along with a long rant about McLaren. Because oh my god, I'm fuming. Anyway, everyone, say hi to Curtis. Curtis, say hi.
Hello.
Alright, so where do we start? Do we start with a sprint, or do we just go straight into the race?
There isn't much of a sprint to talk about, is there?
There isn't, to be fair. I mean, all it is Oscar dominated, to be fair. That's all that happened in the sprint.
Yeah.
So we may as well go to quali. I mean, did you hear Will Joseph was blaming Lando for what happened?
No, I didn't see that. What's happened?
So, for those of you who don't know, Lando was sent out late, so he didn't actually get across the line to complete his final lap. Therefore, he was stuck with his first run, I think. So, and then he was told, you made mistakes coming out of several corners, you let Albon ahead of you. But,
right.
Well,
that is poor strategy, I'd say. I think they've taken Ferrari, but I don't know, especially if you're prioritising him, because let's be honest, McLaren favoured Lando heavily, and I don't see how people are saying that they don't. But I do think if you're prioritising that driver to win the championship with only 2 races left in the season, then surely you send him out first. You don't get all the time he needs to know the track and to get the quickest lap he can before the race. Obviously, the Big Daddy, and then it doesn't really make sense to me.
No, it doesn't. Did you see the celebrations afterwards in their garage?
Yeah. It is not a single smile or a single cheer in the entire place.
No, I believe that was Lando's side of the garage, and they didn't show us Oscar's side.
Yeah, I was gonna say it must have been. Otherwise,
that's what I've been hearing on social media, but
surely not. Surely not.
They'd show the Oscar side though, surely. You'd think. Anyway, let's go into qualifying. So, Lando was obviously on the dirty side of the grid, and so was George. They both lost positions at the start, which was It was painful to watch the Grand Prix today, and I hate the 25 lap max tyre, because if that's not there, I'm convinced if you're at the bottom 1 or 2 pit, no one has pits.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened there either with the whole pitting thing. What is this in the race with the safety car?
Yeah, if there's no 25 lap maximum for the tyres, people don't pit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even Ferrari pitted. That's how that's how bad McLaren have got it. Even Ferrari have gotten it right. So. Again, it's just it's a generational fall off now.
You know what it is? It's a bottle. I've got my bottle in my hand.
It is a bottle.
Okay, so what I'm going to say, did papaya rules, do you think, play a part in this? Because, the gap, I don't believe, unless they got another 1.8 second pit stop for Oscar, Lando was always going to be held up. But then he finds himself, let's say, 7th. He's still got, as hard as it is to overtake, he's at least on the same strategy, where he's not got a Max Verstappen within a second from him, and the free pit stop. I
do also think that having that rule, like that 25 lap rule, I mean, while it's in the best interest of tyres, does it really matter? I mean, if you're not racing on softs in a race anyway, if you're going on the tyres that can last the longest, e.g. medium, hard, C1 or whichever one they used, I think it was a C2. But then they can surely go 35 laps.
Yeah. 100%.
No, sorry, no. At the very least, 30 laps.
Oh yeah, 100%. On the hards, they could have maybe gone 40. Mediums, they could have probably gone 30.
At least, especially, I mean, I get that Qatar's a hot country. I get that the tyre conditions and the track temperature, they don't mix well. But then again, it's not like you're doing it in the middle of the day when it's 45 degrees or however hot is it, however hot it is over there.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's come up with that. But then again, we got an extra pit stop out of it.
It was the person head of Pirelli, wasn't it? There was a whole interview with him on Thursday or Friday about why they decided to do it. They said for safety. But then there was still a puncture. So that's gone out the window. It's a little... Also, before we do move on, what are your thoughts on a sticker being on Carlos's tyre on Saturday?
Wait, who's qualifying? Carlos?
You know Carlos Sainz is qualifying. You know when he had sticker on his car, on his wheel?
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, when you're out in qualifying already, I mean, like when you're out on track, there's nothing much you can do to the car anyway. So I think it's incredible how he's adapted very quickly to that situation and even got a very good result out of it.
It did go off the car once he got through turn 4. To be fair, of his outlap, but he did well to not spin off or anything before. Because he said to me, like, I can't drive.
Who?
Carlos, when he had the sticker on. So it was interesting. Anyway, I've been holding this off because I do not want to talk about it. But I think we've got to talk about it.
I want to talk about it.
Curtis is going like this, guys.
Oh, you don't want to talk about it.
Okay,
so...
I've got my Christmas jumper, by the way, guys. It's got Lando Norris on it. Is this the right way?
Yeah, shame we won't have a championship to celebrate it with.
He's winning the championship.
He's still in it, but he's not going to be in it for long.
Well, 2 drivers are going to be knocked out this time next week, and 1 driver would have won it.
Yeah, Max.
Right. I'd rather Max than Oscar. I'll say that. But
in that case, I'd rather Oscar than Max, because I want to see the generational crash out, I'm not going to lie. Nah, I'm joking. I can't have any McLaren.
You'll see a generational crash out if Lando doesn't win it next week anyway.
True. I mean, like, if Lando wins it anyway, you'll see a generational crash out from me, so...
Oh, yeah, before we do move on, actually, Thursday, there was all these rumours about apparently the Red Bull seats have been confirmed within the camps, and Hajar looked very happy. Yuki did not. Does that mean he's been dropped altogether?
I mean, if Red Bull do make the decision to call up Hajar to Red Bull, I don't think he should go. I think he deserves to go to a bigger team, but I don't think he should go to a team as big as Red Bull, especially in a car that isn't in the least bit designed for him. Obviously,
you say
Max
that, but we have no idea what the car's going to be like next year.
You're right. I mean, it's a new powertrain, so there's more things to experiment with. Obviously, new regulations as well. But then again, if you're adapting to new regulations in a car, probably most likely not going to be built for you as a second driver who is that young. There are more things that could go wrong than things that could go right. I believe he should go to a bigger team, just not Red Bull yet.
I reckon, honestly, hear me out here. Shaft to Aston. Daddy Stroll says, alright, Stroll, I want to win a championship, so goodbye. And then, who replaces Ferrari? Ollie Behrman to Ferrari.
Yes.
Yuki.
Thank you. Finally, someone
Yuki
said
to
that.
Haas.
Yuki to Haas?
Or Hajar to Haas, one of the two. And then, everyone doesn't get the Haas seat, they go to Red Bull, and then Arvid gets the RB seat.
That is interesting there. Although I tell you what, I don't know if we're going to be saying the same if Yuki puts in a good performance at Abu Dhabi, which I want him to for the sake of, him doing well, but I also don't, because then if he puts in a better performance than Max, then the whole championship's over.
I guarantee if Yuki is ahead of Max and neither McLarens are between them, even if there are people between them, he will just slow down and let everyone else ahead. He'll do what Checo did in 21. hold the people up. Although it will be interesting how McLaren play it next week. Because did you hear Zach Brown? I think it was Zach Brown. One of Zach Brown or Andrea Stella came up with an interview and said, "We don't. It doesn't look like they care about the drivers' championship. It really doesn't. I mean, they've literally said we'd rather Max wins it." Like, realistically, they should just let Lando win it. Now Max has overtaken Oscar. It is going to be very difficult. If Max spins it, which he won't, let's be honest, then okay. Let them fight out.
Bold predictions.
If something like last year happens, but let's say it's Yuki and... Say Yuki takes one of the McLarens out.
Please let it be Lando.
Thing is, if it is Lando, it's so unrealistic because Yuki won't be up there next week. But say Yuki qualifies P4. He goes into the back of Lando turn 4. And then Lando's on a recovery drive. And what's the gap? It's 12 points to Max and 16 points to Oscar. So if Lando finishes on the podium, he's won the championship. Anyway, let's stop waffling. Let's get on to what happened today. Okay, so lap 1, turn 1. Not much to talk about other than...
Whoa. Yes, there is. I think you'll find there is. Of a beautiful start from, I don't know if you've heard of him, a one Max Verstappen on Lando Norris straight into turn 1. I think we should touch on that a bit.
Thoughts on it? Well, I want to put it out there. Lando was on the dirty side of the track. That's the reason that he lost a position. No, this is what he's doing. Although, to be fair, also George lost a place when he lost several places. And he was on the dirty side.
Sorry, what do you mean? Sorry, you do realise that, what do you mean dirty side of the track? I mean, the marshals have probably, swept more than half of the track.
Well, as in the less grippier side.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
I see, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Not dirty in the physical sense, but dirty is more aggressive.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to search it out.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'd rather Russell take him out, to be honest.
Would you? I want to see so bad George take Max out, please.
Well, yeah, always he would.
Okay, it's the area of the racing line where there's less grip due to tyre rubber and accumulation of dirt and stuff. Like, for all we know, there's been a lot of gravel there. Like, there was a red flag in quali because of the gravel. So, anyway, let's get to lap 7.
Oh, was that with Hulkenberg?
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, there was 57 laps. You could have a max of 25 laps on a tyre. So, you were either going to do 25, 25, 7 or 7, 25, 25. There was a safety car on lap 7. Therefore, who decides to pit? Everyone but the fucking McLarens. Guys, it's going like this.
You know you've messed up even when the Ferraris have got it right. When the Ferraris have got a strategy right, and you haven't followed suit, what are you doing? You'd either have to be brand new to F1 or, what Leclerc was when he crashed into the castle section at Baku in 2020 in 2019.
I am stupid, yeah, they were.
One of those two.
Yeah. What I want to say, without the DNF at the Dutch GP, Lando would be champion. But now.
But he's not.
But if
That's
bets
the
and
fun
maybes, if my mum had balls, she'd be my dad. I'm gonna go back to that quote by Max. A cold quote. That was post Miami 24. I got real knowledge. What I will say is they are at the front, and they claim they didn't expect anyone else to pit. You know what this is given? This is given Hungary 2020 vibes. Was it 2020 or 20? No, it'd been 2021 vibes. When everyone but Lewis pits on the formation lap, and Mercedes managed.
Oh yeah, and then he started.
He started on his own. That's given that sort of vibes, but instead of a grid start, it was a safety car. Because say it was a virtual safety car, they'd have pit the next lap, and they'd have been fine. But
it would have been fine. Oh yeah.
It wasn't a safety car. I can understand why it was a safety car, because he was there.
So hang on, wait. So when you say it wasn't why do you think that it wasn't fit to be a safety car?
Why do I what?
So why? So you said here where you said I don't think it was a safety car, or it shouldn't have been a safety car. Let's say. Why? I feel
like because the point of a safety car is to bunch the pack up. Yes.
Yeah, but some debris was on the track.
But you can put a VSC. They're all close together, and then if they can't, but then I suppose they probably need to. Oh wait, you. No, the whole reason of the VSC was so the Bianchi incident doesn't happen again. So they could have just put out a VSC, but then we don't want the cars to be as close as they were last week to the marshals. Like that, it was.
But then again, there's always that risk. I mean, I think if Hulkenberg had actually gone off, more off the track than he was, I reckon it would have been a VSC. However, because he was still so close to the track, there was still that risk.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, some drivers were dipping their wheels there, weren't they? So, I can understand why it was a safety car, but then I could also understand why it could have been a virtual safety car at the same time.
Yeah.
Also, I am scared of next week. I am getting flashbacks from Abu Dhabi 21.
But you have to admit, you're at least a little bit happy that it's going down to the last stage.
I'm glad, because it means I can.
No. But if you're looking from a neutral fan's perspective, this is what you want.
A neutral fan's perspective.
I want.
The last two races have been pretty much perfect.
Until now.
You say that, but I've got a question for you, because I can't remember who it was. I think it was Simon Lazenby. Said that if Max wins this title, it would be his greatest title in his career. Do you agree with that?
And I think after that, he will be in the greatest of all time debate.
He already is.
Coming from 100. Well, I know he already is, but then again, I mean, everyone.
But then there's a lot of.
Everyone says that he is, but then if you compare him to Senna and Hamilton, who have you, then he doesn't really get in.
Yeah.
But I think that will give him at least some sort of point in that debate, and it will be the greatest title of his career. 100%, by a mile.
I mean, it'll either be this year or it'll be 21, but then 23 he did break pretty much every record, didn't he?
He did, but then again, he led the championship the whole season, which, don't get me wrong, is an achievement in itself. But then I'd rather be an underdog and come back.
I could have sworn Checo was leading after Saudi that year.
Yeah.
Oh no, they'll have been. Oh no, Max would have been ahead by one because of fastest lap, wouldn't he? Why did they get rid of fastest lap? I get what happened in Singapore last year, but that makes the strategy fun.
Yeah.
Like in Abu Dhabi, say I don't know, Max is but one behind. He's got 40 seconds to wrestle behind, say, and he will win on countback if it goes to that. He could clunk on a new set of softs, pit stop practice, as they used to call it, get a fastest lap, and then win the championship. I dearly hope no one binges at the end next week, or no incidents happen. Because if there are incidents, do what happened in the F1 movie, red flag it. But that was one of my favourite bits of the F1 movie, then red flagging it in Abu Dhabi. Because you could tell that was Lewis's idea. Anyway.
You could. And there's a couple details about that movie which I sort of picked up on. Like, what I noticed was when Brad Pitt was actually, in the driver's seat, instead of, like, for a normal sort of flat-ish corner, so let's say, for example, sort of the end of Rouge, so scrap the left-hander, just complete the right-hander, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then into the left. Instead of just keeping the wheel straight, he was correcting it like mad. I don't know, why he's doing that. I mean, I guess obviously he did get to drive it.
I'm not wrong there, am I? Based off this weekend.
He's not wrong, to be fair. He's not wrong at all. He's not wrong at all.
18th twice in qualifying for Lewis, wasn't it?
Oh, do you know what? I'm saying it now. Lewis is washed. Seriously, I'd rather Carlos Sainz back. I said it at the start of the season as well. I could see that Hamilton wasn't getting results even in the Mercedes. Even that the car was in the car that was built pretty reasonably for him, and I just didn't see it working out at all.
It wasn't. It was built for wrestling. I swear the reason Lewis left was because in 22 he was saying we can't keep doing this, but then George won Sao Paulo, so George was saying it's all right. They developed it, and then only near the end of 23, they realised, oh yeah, we've got to change this. At which point Lewis was done. And you can tell, with the post-race interview, you can tell Charles is so done with Ferrari.
Yeah, to be fair.
I feel kind of bad for him, because after what happened to Jules, he wants to win a championship at Ferrari.
Yeah, but, I mean, Ferrari just don't have the car.
They don't.
Simple. Actually, no, sorry. More importantly, they don't have the bloody strategy. But I won't get into that because we'll be here for days. And it's just never... I never, ever saw it working out. I always said... And people were shocked when I say this, but I always said I'd rather Carlos Sainz. I get the hype around Hamilton. I do. I get it. It's a huge signing. Especially, it will literally change the history of motorsport in itself. But then again, if the signing's not good, it's not meant to be, and it won't work out.
It's given me vibes of when Michael went to Mercedes, because he was passing. Michael was better than Lewis. That's them seasons than Lewis is now. He at least got a podium, but then at the same time, was that 2014? No, it can't have been. In 2013, 2014, Lewis joined, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it had been before the hybrid era, but like, I mean, he still had an incredible lap at Monte Carlo, did Michael, didn't he? That season.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So, you say greatest of all time. Is this what gets Michael over Lewis? Yeah. I suppose we should probably go on about McLaren. I don't want to, but so what I will say, Tom Stanley was going on to Oscar. Put your foot down. Put your foot down. Put your foot down. Oscar was so done with. Oscar is so done with McLaren. Surely, you can tell. It wouldn't even be. I wouldn't even be surprised if Oscar waits till next season and see who's best, and he just goes there. Like, say Aston are the best team next year. Imagine an Oscar and Max lineup.
Good point, actually. Yeah.
Because if Oscar and Max come calling, Aston would just say goodbye, Fernando. As much
Yeah.
as much as what they gave them in 23, are you going to take a 4-time world champion, potentially 5, or a 2-time world champion, who everyone calls a rookie, but realistically, he's not got that many years left in him? Like, where do you draw the line?
I mean, that's for them to decide.
Also, what happens to Stroll? If Daddy Stroll won't want him out of the team, or will Daddy Stroll just buy another team and let him race there?
Yeah.
Also, we also need to touch on Smooth Operator. What a drive today. I mean, I wasn't really looking at cars. I said, as soon as the McLarens didn't pit him and I saw Carlos, I said, you know what, Carlos can get a podium here. And I was right. And to be fair, if he had the pace of Max, second was on. 100%. Although, I did enjoy what GP said to Max. It looks like Kimi's let Lando by there.
Yeah.
Speaking
of Kimi, I don't know why he's just let Lando through on the what, second to last lap, was it?
It was the final lap.
Final lap?
It was the final lap, I think.
Why has he done that then?
Well, he got a bit of understeer and then he just lost the car basically. He had a bad time slapper going out of the swoop and left-hander. Oh no, I think they were going on to the final lap. It was the penultimate.
I mean, it's just what I don't understand. How can you go from having a near flawless performance in Las Vegas to letting just a little bit of understeer almost ruin your race? Well, not necessarily ruin your race, but ruin your chances, because he was closing in on Carlos. He was going to have a battle at some point, and then gone.
I mean, something fell off Carlos's car, James Rouse said, in the post-race thing, and like, he was losing so much time in the right-handers, and it is a clockwise circuit as well. So, who knows? Anyway. Is there anything else we need to talk about, do you think?
You tell me.
Let's just see where everyone finished. What I will say, Fernando Alonso drove a good race there.
He did. He certainly did.
Yuki got a point.
He did.
I felt bad. I felt so bad for Behrman. Did you see what happened?
You don't have to remind me. I was watching Chelsea Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie.
He went into the pit. The green light came on, but the rear jack still had the car up. So he went to go and put
really?
He went to put the accelerator down, and he was in the air.
Oh.
And he was then under investigation for unsafe release. To see if anything has come.
Not on. But I swear that happened with a Mercedes earlier in the race as well. Or later. But
Ollie Behrman was given a 10-second stop and go penalty.
He was.
Yeah. I remember, yeah, he served it and then he came in to retire, didn't he? What happened to Stroll? Lance Stroll retired. I have no idea what happened to him.
He did a Lance Stroll.
True.
But I will say this actually about him. Look, even though, if you were to realise, yes, he's realistically bought his way in, but hasn't everyone?
Lewis didn't.
But hasn't everyone bought their way into the sport? Because you need money to fund karting, F4, F3, F2, any other F submist. It's a colossal amount of money to put down anyway. And honestly, I think Lance Stroll is criminally overhated, because I tell you what, he's not even that bad as we make him out to be honest.
He did crash under a formation lap.
He did. Okay, fair enough. But so did half the rookies on their first race in Australia. And I get it's their first race, you know, having that much power, you know, at your fingertips.
Mm.
But surely you learn you learn at some point not to go flat out on every corner in a formation lap in the wet, in one of the wettest races Australia's ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, there's a limit, and you know, it's not like Lance Stroll's bad in the wet. In fact, he's better in the wet somehow. You know, he took pole in Turkey 2020, and it's probably the best we've seen from him since. Not going to say about the race result, but there we go. I mean, he's still got that, and he's to this day, 5 years later, he still performs well in the wet, and he's a
That's
very
not fair.
in my opinion,
in the
he's
wet,
underrated.
he either becomes prime Lance Stroll or prime Senna.
Well,
There's no in between for him.
But then you're comparing arguably the greatest F1 driver to live versus Lance Stroll.
True.
So whereas if I were to go, would you take Lance Stroll or Giovinazzi? Who would you take? Right now, Lance Stroll or 2021, let's say Giovinazzi.
I'll take Giovinazzi now, to be fair.
I'm just saying, look at it if you look at it from a wider perspective, look at the grand scheme of things, everyone's bought their way into the sport because they've had to put a shit ton of money down for every single division that they...
You know, we can't argue that, for sure. Alright, we look at Norris. He's a great racer. He is a worthy world champion. But look at the amount of money that was bought for him in karts and everything.
Exactly. And I get that Lawrence Stroll has, you know, bought the team basically just so Lance could have a seat. A, that's a pretty good dad, but B, he wouldn't do it if he didn't think his son deserved it. He's performed consistently. Well, I say consistently, but he's performed consecutively in 5-6 years. No, sorry, more than that. For about 8 years, right? In the pinnacle of motorsport, he can't be that bad. If he's doing that. Sure, he might be one of the worst out of the lot, but he can't be that bad.
Yeah. But what I will say, I don't know if Lance Stroll cares anymore. You look at him, it generally, some of his post-race interviews, it makes F1 look like a hobby.
True.
It's not wrong though.
Yeah, I guess. But then again, if you're in his position, you know, if you're not really in a race competing, as in
Fernando Alonso qualified P3 and was at P4, yeah, on Friday. The Aston it's all right. Also, where was he in 2023 when Fernando was getting all the podiums? Nowhere.
True.
So I reckon Lance Stroll, he's a good driver. Put him in a midfield/low team car, he's good. Put him in a top car.
Oh yeah, he won't.
He won't be able to compete. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Carlos did well.
Oh yeah.
There's Lando, Charles came 8th. Ferrari are so bad.
Yeah, we are. I've come to terms with that now. So.
What was the final score in the Chelsea game?
18th. Yep, 18th. And somehow that's still not his worst start. I mean, it's really sad because I remember vividly watching our last race win, like the last race win that we have on this here desk and that here monitor. you know, I think it was Mexico, wasn't it? And
Mm.
I remember saying that night, you know, surely next year can't be that bad. I mean, we're competing for constructors now. I know McLaren are going to be pretty good, but then again, we can probably still challenge for constructors if we just keep stringing consistent results. And in some races, we have produced consistent results. Others, we've had double DNFs, and I would prefer not to talk about them. However, my point is, I don't know what's happening to Ferrari. Why are they falling off this bad? Is it Lewis Hamilton? Maybe.
I think I know why they've fallen off. Prepare yourself. So they've built a whole new car this year. Why? Their car last year was good. Leave it. Also, they let go of Carlos, and Carlos has been notoriously known for coming in and knowing how to upgrade the car. He did it with McLaren. He did it with Ferrari. He did it with Renault when he was there.
I was going to say, even as a youngster, he was good at Renault, he's good at Toro Rosso, he's good at everyone. He is just a fantastic driver.
Yeah. And he's got the experience that arguably Ferrari need. Like, look at what he's done with Williams. 9th to 5th. And it's now mathematically confirmed as well.
I mean, two podiums with a Williams in what, how many races? Since Baku?
Baku was, 10 races ago?
Yeah, so 2 podiums in 10 races. In a Williams. In an experimental Williams. I mean, you can't be doing too bad, can you?
Nah.
Well, podiums in Lewis, anyway.
So it was 21st of September. So in what? In just over 2 months, 2 months, 1 week, basically, he's got 2 podiums for Williams, which is incredible to think about. What I will say, did you hear the team radio on Friday? One of the drivers said, "I smell wood."
Yeah, I saw that. What was that
about? The McLaren was sparking a lot, so they were going on about, they're going to be disqualified again.
Sam, you're cutting out, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, right, okay. Is there anything else we need to talk about, do you think?
You were talking about something with the radio on Friday smelling like wood.
Yeah, so for those of you who didn't watch the podcast about Vegas, McLaren got double disqualified for the plank. So did so did Lewis Hamilton in China. McLaren was for weight, wasn't he? So, and basically, they were sparking a lot in FP1, and there is only 1 practice session this weekend. And one of the drivers behind basically said, "I smell of wood," showing that the plank may be wearing a lot.
It's ironic. There's not many trees in Qatar. Actually, are there any trees in Qatar?
I don't know.
Like natural growth, like a forest. Are there? I don't know. I think so anyway.
Zero 0.1% of the land is covered by trees.
Jesus.
I mean, it's a desert, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the fight will go to the desert in Abu Dhabi next week. Please. I'm going to be live streaming it.
Max needs to save F1.
If Lando wins it,
Simple.
Will he be the worst champion in history?
Yes. He will be the worst champion since I don't know who. Simple.
Okay.
It will be.
I'm going to quiz you.
In my opinion, yes, he's won the races. Yes, he's put in consistent performances. However, he's an arrogant little word I can't say on YouTube.
Who, Lando?
Yes.
What about Oscar?
His ego's through the roof.
Oscar's
Have you
so
not
full of
seen?
himself.
I mean, I don't get how people are saying, "Oh yeah, Oscar's got a worse attitude." How?
Oscar's so full of
Oscar
himself.
is just cool, calm. He's collected it, and fair enough. He's been a bit arrogant at times. Look, I'll be the first to concede that. However, nowhere near as bad as Lando, because the fame has clearly gotten to his head. Lando fans come at me, but hey, I'll just use that defense.
Alright. Oh, okay. You know 6-7. Have you seen the new one by Ollie Behrman?
Yeah, I did.
8-7.
Okay. Yeah, not going on my phone anymore. Stop doing it.
Okay. Let's check the FIA. Let's see if they've disqualified anyone. I hope they haven't.
Norris has been disqualified from the Qatar. I can only wish.
Yeah, there's nothing. Oh, the post-race conference is out. The transcript. Conducted by Martin Brundle. Oscar does not look happy.
Big Mart. Don't know why Zach Brown's posting about the 2025 Australian Supercars champion, but there you go.
I've got. By the way, before we end this, I need to say this. Max Verstappen has got more wins in the Ferrari than the Ferrari drivers in F1 do.
He does, and fair enough. I mean, he is competing against GT3 racers, which I do think is a huge advantage to, I don't know, F1 world champion. However, it's not wrong. And personally, if that had happened last year, I'd be all over the plot, borderline crying and seeing therapists every Tuesday. However, it's simply just come to terms. I've come to terms. We're just not good for a championship or a win at this point.
I mean, it'd be a miracle if you win next week. It really will be.
Oh yeah, I have no hope for anyone.
You know,
Look, sure, but maybe not a win.
All that needs to happen is the top 6 cars need to crash. And then you may. But then will Yuki Tsunoda?
And then we might be in for a podium.
Maybe. Now you're
After Fernando Alonso and Liam Lawson in P1 and P2.
Wait. If the top 6 crash, if the top 6 were to be disqualified, Fernando would win today.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Anyway. Charles Leclerc finished 56 seconds off the lead.
How long do you reckon it will be until an F1 car has the number 6-7 on it?
You think Max would do it next year if he doesn't win the title?
Is it going to be... Huh?
Max could do it if he doesn't win the title. I mean, I doubt he will.
Good point.
But wait until Lance Stroll does it.
Yeah, that would be funny.
I swear there's someone in our F1 Academy or something that does use the.
So in fact, if I was in the F1 Academy, I'd do 6-7 just for a season. But if I won any races, which I'm not saying would happen at all. But,
wait.
What?
Verstappen has famously used the number 67 once for his 67th win on social media. I did not realise that.
I don't know if my face is going on YouTube. I don't really care if it does, but they've just seen me do the 6-7 for a minute straight.
Anyway, what else is there to talk about? What are your predictions for next week?
The only real prediction that matters is Max Verstappen will win the championship. That is what I genuinely, wholeheartedly believe, because this man is a freak of nature. if he wins the race, I don't know, becomes second and Lando just bottles it, which he will. It doesn't matter. I really just think that Verstappen will win. But I'll give you the whole sort of top 5 predictions. I reckon P1, Max, P2. It's between the McLarens for me because I don't know how good Lando is historically at this track. I mean, obviously he won last year, but then
But there's nothing to compare Oscar because he was taken out last season, wasn't he?
Tell you what, I'll go Max first, Piastri second, Russell third, Lando fourth, or wherever he needs to be to win the championship.
If Lando is fourth and Max wins, Lando loses the championship by 1 point.
Right, okay. So anywhere in there, really. But I do think a podium will consist of Max, Oscar and George, I think, because this season I've been impressed with George very much. And, he was always a good driver, especially, in the car, in a Mercedes. But this season he's really come into his own, and I really like him for that. I mean, he could tone it down on the aggressive side, but then again, if you no longer go for a gap that exists, no. If you go for it, what's the quote?
If you no longer go for a gap,
that one that Senna said.
If you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver.
That one.
Yeah.
I always get messed up on the order of that one, but yeah, that he applies that. He's done a great race anyway, and I really like George as a driver anyway, so I think he'll get on the podium at Abu Dhabi. P4? I don't know. I really don't. I mean, Leclerc's not really had a bad run in Abu Dhabi for a while anyway, since I can remember.
I swear Charles qualified like 18th last year in Abu Dhabi.
He did, didn't he? I remember. Okay, well, last year didn't happen. I reckon Leclerc P4 and P5... Actually, no. P4 Lando, P5 Leclerc. There, that's my top 5 prediction.
Alright. Mine is P1 Oscar, P2 Max, P3 Lando, P4 George, P5, I'm going to check it out there, Yuki Tsunoda.
Okay.
I'm going to check it out there. Because he won't have the pressure of an F1 seat anymore, I don't think. I reckon that's why he may have performed so well in the sprint quali, because he didn't have any pressure.
True.
But then, I don't know. Wait. Let's hear a crazy prediction from you. And it's not that Lando loses the championship. Because that doesn't sound crazy to you.
I mean, what is this? A bold prediction?
Yeah.
Bold prediction. Oh, I don't know. I think Behrman will record a top 7 finish.
Is that bold? Alright.
That's bold. I think he's got it. And, call it what you want, call it bold, call it not bold. That's just what I think will happen.
I could say the boldest prediction I could actually make, but I feel like it may be a bit too bold. Oh, I'm going to go for it. Franco Colapinto score some points. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not scored any yet this year, has he?
No, not yet.
And what else would be bold? Oh, you know what would be bold yet so devastating? If the championship is decided by the FIA. Surely, unless it is like someone generally forgets to brake, so they take, say Yuki Tsunoda forgets, say there's a crash gate next week, but it's Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Do you think Max, because they can't do anything to Max if he's not involved, can they?
Yeah.
But then Max is going to court about his championship he lost due to Crashgate. Like, it's hard to judge these things. But also, because it's Yuki and that Red Bull, they can simply put the blame on he doesn't know how to drive. And it would be believable.
It would.
What I will say is when it was Baku, you know what I really wanted to see?
What?
I wanted to see Yuki Tsunoda get ill or something so that we could see Sergio Perez. Because Sergio Perez is cold at Baku.
True.
Like, it's the one track he actually out-qualified and outpaced Max last year. Granted, he was then taken out by Carlos at the end, but still.
Okay.
I reckon we end it there. If we've been going for pretty much 50 minutes, is there anything else we should discuss?
Not unless there's anything you want to say.
Well, I reckon
it's all you.
I reckon we go through the best driver that did the best this weekend, driver who flopped this weekend, and then we call it there. So, Curtis, who do you think, what driver overperformed this weekend, do you think?
It's going to perform, worse than I think, or...
Who performed better than we thought this weekend?
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah,
this
weekend. We'll do next weekend after.
Considering the comments made last week about him being... I even said it completely at the championship. Piastri has impressed. So, in that retrospect, I think he's done a better job.
Oh, yeah.
If you were to go... I don't know, for someone, obvious, someone that's not in for the championship, someone that has just done better than usual, it's got to be Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with the podium, and the race he had today, especially starting from 8th, was phenomenal. So,
yeah. I reckon we go with Carlos, because I was expecting Piastri to come back this weekend, with it being Qatar. Now, big flop, I think it's got to be McLaren. That strategy was interesting. Now let's go to next week. Biggest surprise, we'll just go with who we think is going to win the championship. So, I'm Lando, I assume you're Max. And big flop, next week, going off pure vibes. I reckon Nico Hülkenberg. Who's your biggest flop for next weekend?
Who's going to be what?
A bad flop next weekend.
Oh, so performing worse than usual?
Yeah.
Worse than usual... If I said Hamilton, would I be lying?
It can't get any worse for Hamilton.
Maybe not. Well, no, because Hamilton's just washed now. He won't record a top 10 finish. But I do think maybe Hadjar, especially because it's his first F1 run anyway at Abu Dhabi, especially with... There isn't necessarily really a lot of pressure on him. I think it's just the fact that neither Hadjar or Lawson have been confirmed as F1 drivers for next season yet.
They have.
So I think he will
not
to impress.
Not officially, but they've been confirmed between themselves. Yeah. I swear F2 went to Abu Dhabi last year. Yeah, F2 did race at Abu Dhabi last year. So he's had some experience at Abu Dhabi as Hadjar. Plus, they'll have done the post-race testing, won't he? Surely. Surely he'll have had Red Bulls. Unless they give that to Lindblad. Anyway. I reckon we call it there. So, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Any final words, Curtis?
Viva la Max Verstappen. I hope Lando bottles it, and we'll see where we are next week.
Yeah. Alright. Peace.